I got a doozy for you guys today. This story, it's a story. I can't give you or provide physical evidence or pictures or video evidence or anything because it involves somebody that my significant other works with. And I'm talking about the what I talk about in a lot of my videos, the gender studies, the 50 plus genders and stuff like that. This person, this individual, I'm not gonna say no names just for what do they call it, anonymity purposes. But I'm gonna tell you the story because it's so outlandish that I felt like I had to tell you guys this story. So okay, there's this individual that she works with that is light skinned, young black individual.
Yes.
But the first impression, and this individual, this is gonna be hard to tell. This individual, I'm gonna need her help to tell this story. That's how crazy this is. Listen, guys, seriously, this is a trip. Okay, so this individual, I didn't, but she thought was a woman, and she almost convinced me that it was a woman. And this individual says they are a woman, identifies as a woman, identifies as a lesbian woman, right? Identifies as a lesbian woman. The individual has breasts, has grown their own breasts, has made comments about their own breasts on the work site, which I thought was highly unusual for a woman to do. A woman doesn't, a real woman with any dignity wouldn't just be squishing their boobs around saying, oh, they're all soft and they feel nice. You want to feel them? You know what I mean? Like, that's just weird. Anyway, to make a long story short, I went and dropped her off one day and I saw the individual with my own two eyes. And there was stubble around all this, a bunch of stubble. The nose on this guy was like, wow, about two times the size of my nose, right? He had an Adam's apple. And the very first thing I said is, that's not a girl. That is a man with boobs. That is a man with that group that took hormone blockers or something and probably took a bunch of estrogen pills and grew his own set of boobs. Because those aren't implants. Implants don't go, oh, squishy and feel, okay, so not trying to be overly descriptive, but this is literally what my poor significant other has had to deal with here. So the whole time she's thinking she's a girl, right? Because she identifies as a lesbian woman. I'm even calling her she. We just found out yesterday, well, I think I already knew though, because I even said that's a man. That's not a woman. But women don't just have to shave and have almost a full beard of stubble. So, well, she was almost convinced me, my girlfriend, she says that, it's definitely a girl. I said, well, if it's a girl, she must be on like hormones or something. Since she's lesbian, maybe she is taking hormones and that caused her to grow the stubble, right? That was my first assumption. We just found out yesterday that I was right. It is a guy. So listen to this. It's a man that identifies as a woman who also identifies as a lesbian. Isn't that counterintuitive? Like, so that would mean he's actually straight then, right? Because you still like girls. But you got your own boobs and stuff. Like, I don't get it. You're bringing dick and boobs to the party and shit. To other lesbians? Is that how crazy this 50 plus gender shit's getting, that people are going to be that confused about their sexuality? That this man done went through the whole alphabet, LGBTQ plus all the way to Z, and came back and said, is actually a man, but but identifies as a lesbian woman. Which to me would just mean he's straight, but just dresses, he's a cross-dressing straight guy. That's what we would have called that in my day. As a weird cross-dressing straight guy. A weirdo. That's weirdo shit. Yeah.
That's what they called him.
Back in the day.
90s.
Back in the day, right?
Cross-dressers.
So all these 50 plus, but listen to what I'm saying. You're actually a man that grew boobs, that identifies as a woman, that identifies as a lesbian. Therefore, you're straight. You like women. You're a man. But no, he's a weird man that grew boobs and identifies as a lesbian. Like I said, he's bringing the baseball bat and the fucking the pumpkins, right? To the patch. That's weird, right? I know, but how do you explain that? I just want somebody to say something. Is this not the craziest shit you ever heard? A man that grew his own boobs, identifies as a woman, and identifies as a lesbian woman. Now, there's something else I wanted to bring up, okay? And it's personal, that's why I didn't want the anonymity, I didn't want to bring up their name and where they work or any of that stuff. So, the individual was molested. So this goes back to one of my earlier videos that I talked about these individuals that are in the LGBTQ movement or in that status quo of people. It is a statistical fact that these are the type of individuals that have been molested themselves. The cycle continues and they'll molest somebody else. They're more likely to molest somebody else than somebody that hasn't been molested themselves. You understand? It's a cycle. So where does this cycle end? It's not going to end anytime soon when you got the media propagating the propaganda of LGBTQ plus and gender studies and shit, and it's in the curriculum. It's not going to end anytime soon. And the normalization of pedophilia. It all goes hand in hand with each other. And it's not just my opinion, it's a statistical fact that people with sexual dysphoria and also people that have been molested, particularly people that have been molested themselves, are 9 out of 10 times more likely to molest somebody themselves. I don't know, I'm speechless.